Hi my people, it's my pleasure standing before you again. And today, still on dividend policy anyway. So today I want to do some calculations on dividend policy to see how dividend policy affects the value of the company, affects the market value of the company. Okay, very quickly, this exercise we are going to practicalize, we are going to see, we are going to do a work on. The question goes thus: suppose a company has just made an earnings of 900,000 naira. 900,000 naira. If the companies retain 20%, there will be growth of 5%. If the company retains what? Or 5%, there will be growth of 5%. If you now retain what? 10% retention, there will be 2% growth. Shareholders will require a return of 14% to determine the company's market value after each scenario. In this question, we have two scenarios in this question. The first scenario is that the general information is that the company made what? An earnings of 900,000. But if the company now decides to do what? To retain 20%, there will be a growth of what? Of 5%. If the company decides to do what? To retain 10%, there will be a growth of what? 2%. Shareholders will require a return of what? 14%, determine the company's market value after each scenario. So, we want to determine the company's market value. But before we do that, looking at the question, this is the total earnings of the company, earnings. It means that what this one question is saying that if the company's policy one is that the companies will retain 20% of its earnings, what is going to use that 20% to do? For expansion, for business expansion. So, but it's going to pay what? The remaining part, which is 80% as what? As dividend. So, what will now be the effect of what? Of this retention on what? On the market value of the company. That's what we want to look at. Scenario 1, what will be, how much is retaining 20% here? What will now be the effect of that 20%, which is going to invest what? In opportunities. What will now be the effect on what? On market value compared to when it's going to do what? Retain 10% and it's going to what? Grow at this rate. It's going to retain 20%, it's going to grow at 5%. If we retain 10%, it's going to do what? Grow at 2%. Let's quickly see that to see how it's going to look like. So policy 1 now, solution now. So policy 1. So earnings. The earnings of the company is 900,000. 900,000. So retention. The retention is going to retain how much? Retain 20%. So 20% of what? Of 900,000. So what is 20% of 900,000? The quick one. .2 multiplied by 900,000. 180,000. 180,000. It's going to retain 180,000. So the balance is what? Is what is going to pay as dividend. That is 720. 720. So this is dividend now. This is what the company is paying as dividend. So therefore, what will now be the effect of this retention? What will now be? Let's now see what is going to be what the effect on what? On the market value of the company. So we are given what? The return required by shareholders to be what? 14%. And we are given what? The formula for calculating market value is what? Market value. So if you flash back to some of the videos I've done in the past where I talked about cost of capital, I gave the formula for cost of capital to be what? Cost of equity, which is what? Cost of equity, you are calculating for what? For cost of equity, and equity is written to what? To shareholders who are collecting what? Dividend. So we are going to see what? Cost of equity, which is what? D0, dividend is 0. Open a bracket, 1 plus G, where there is growth. since there's growth in this question, we are given the growth rate here, all over market value plus G. So this is the formula for calculating cost of equity. Likewise, therefore, in this case, we are given this. So this is the dividend is the current dividend. We are given the cost of equity, that is what? Return required by shareholders, which is 14%. We are given this, we have this, we are looking for this. We have growth rate. The growth rate given to us in policy 1 is what? 5%. Okay? So this is what we are looking for. So we can also do what? Make MV the subject of the formula here. We can make MV the subject of the formula. How do we do that? We just bring this here. So by making this subject of the formula, we have what? MV is equal to D0, 1 plus G, all over KD minus G. So we will make MV the subject of the formula here. But if we wish, we can retain it as it is here. So we can rewrite the formula in this form. So by that, therefore, we are going to do what? Still have the same thing. Okay. So this is the formula. This is the formula now. Let me quickly rewrite the formula in this form. So by making MV the subject of the formula here. If I'm doing that, I'm going to have it this way. So and my MV, which is market value which I'm looking for, is going to be what? 1 D0, current dividend, D0, open a bracket, 1 plus G, all over KE minus G. So, by therefore, we are looking for market values. Market value is what we are looking for. We don't know. So, it's equal to, so, MV is equal to, here is the formula. MV is equal to D0, current dividend. These are 720. Open the bracket as we have it here. So 1 is constant 1 plus the growth rate. What is the growth rate here? There will be growth of 5%. So what is 5%? 0.5. 0.05. 5% is what? 0.05. 5% is what? 0.05. So 0.05. That is my 5%. So all over cost of equity. Cost of equity is what? Is the return required by shareholders, which is 14%. That is 0.14 minus G. G is the growth rate. That is 0.05. So in that one is therefore, we now do this. So let's expand. This one now is 1.05. So 720 multiplied by 1. When you had 1 and 0.5, you have 1.05. So 720 multiplied by 1.05. We have it to be 756. I want to maximize my, okay? No problem, let me just attempt to wipe it off. I'm looking at if you are going to see it at the bottom there. Okay. Okay, 756. 756. I'm looking at the space. Okay. It's equal to 756,000. All over. So what is 0.14? 0.14 minus 0.05. That is 0.09. 0.09. So what is my market value? 756,000 divided by 0.09. I'm having a value of 8,400,000. 8,400,000 naira. Okay, using naira sign. So 8,400,000 naira. Hope we can see this, what I've done here. 8,400,000. So what I've done is 756 divided by 0.09. The answer now is what? 756. 756 divided by 0.09. That's 8 million. 8,400,000 naira. So we have seen the market value. We have seen the market value here, which is what? 8,400,000. So that is the market value of what? So when you retain 20%, which you are going to have what? A growth of what? Of 5%. So that is scenario 1. That is scenario 1. Let's quickly look at policy 2. Or we can have this answer at the back of our mind to now see we have 8,400,000 in policy 1. So let's look at policy 2 to now see what it's going to look like when we have a retention of what? Of 10%. 10%, and there will be a growth rate of what? Of 2%. So let's see for policy 2. So it's supposed to be side by side, but because of the space, so let me just maximize the constraint, the little space that I have here. So let me rub up this. We have seen the answer 8.4. So let me rub this off. Rub this off. So see policy 2 now. Policy 2. Policy 2. Retention. What is the retention? Still have the same earnings. The same earnings, we still have it. So policy 2 retention. That is 10% of what? Of our earnings, of our 900,000 naira. That is what? 90,000. So that is, we are going to pay 810 as dividend. This minus this, that is 810. So this is our dividend now, dividend. So we want to calculate our market value. Formula for calculating market value, as I've exemplified it before, as I've written it out before, is what market value is equal to dividend, current dividend. This is our current dividend now. 1 plus G all over cost of equity minus growth, the growth rate. G is the growth rate. So therefore, is equal to, okay, let me write it by the side there, for where we can see properly. Yes. So the market value formula is market value is equal to current dividend 1 plus G all over KE minus G, which will now give us market value is equal to current dividend. These are dividend 810. 810. Open a bracket. 1 plus G. What's our growth rate for policy 2? Is what? 2%. So 1 plus G, 1 plus 2%, that is 1.02. Okay, everything all over KE. We are still using the same KE. The return on what? Shareholder's return. Share return. That is what? 0.14 minus 0.02. So what are we going to have in that case? So it now gives us 810 multiplied by 1.02. $810 going to be 826,200. 826,200 divided by hope it's clear and you can see it properly. Okay, divided by 0.14 minus 0.002. So 0.12. So 0.12. What do you now have? 826,200 divided by 0.12. So we now have 6. So the value of the company, the value, market value of the company now is what? 688,500. 685,000. So 685,000. So we can see now. You can see the effect of what? Of retaining. So this is this policy 2 where we have what? 6,885,000 to be the market value. So we have this market value when we retain what? When we retain 10%, which the company is having a growth rate of 2%, you can see. But consider the first one where we have what? 20% retention, where the growth rate is 5%. What do we have? We have market value of 8,400,000. 8,400,000. Yes, that is what we computed when I saw for policy 1. 8,400,000 compared to policy 2 where we have what? 6,885,000. So meaning that if the company retains what? If the company retains, it's going to have what? A huge market value. The market value is going to do what? Skyrocket. Why? It's going to go up. Why? Because the company will have enough money to do what? To invest on what? On viable projects. And by that, therefore, it's going to do what? Appreciate what the value of the company. It's going to make the value of the company to go up. By this, we have seen how retention, how planning back into the companies is going to do what? It's going to positively what? Affect the market value of the company. So by this, therefore, we are able to test to see how it's going to do what? To affect the growth rate of the company, the value of the company, when you are going to do what? When you retain a very good percentage of your what? When you plow back very good percentage of your what? Of your profit into what? Viable project. When the company is having what? Viable project. By this, you have seen the effect, and you have seen how it's going to do or how it's affected the market value. At this point, I'm going to go into the class now. So I still have other what? Computations to do to see where the company is what? Pursuing an active dividend policy, where the company is what? Pursuing the what? Passive dividend policy. But this one has simplified has tested the effect of what? Of retention on what? On the market value of the company. At this point, I'm going to call it a class, and I'm very grateful to those of you who are subscribed, those of you who are watching my videos, those of you who have liked the video, who have commented on the videos. I'm highly what? Impressed. And I say a very big thank you. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Invite your young ones, let them, student preparing for examination, undergraduate student, even as well as an entrepreneur, can see the effect of what? Of flying back, of reinvesting into the company, what it's going to have on the what? On the market value of the company. At this point, at this junction, I'm going to go into the class, and I will say what? Thank you for listening, and do what? And watch out for my subsequent videos, where I'm going to do discuss more on dividend policy and other topics under financial management. At this, I'm saying remain financially intelligent. At this, therefore, I'm going to go into class. Thank you for listening, and God bless.